Sup, nerds, and welcome back to Oxygen Not Included. It's been a hot minute. Hello, everyone. I've missed this. I've missed all of you. I am going to go into what I've been up to in a bit, but for now, I've grabbed the booster pack, the Prehistoric Planet pack, and we're going to talk about a bit why I'm choosing to play this game for my comeback. Uh, we're going to go ahead and do a new game, The Contagious Cesspool. I'm loving that playthrough. I'm very proud of how I've gotten with it, but we're going to kind of leave that one in the dust because there's dinosaurs to be had, and I want to play with dinosaurs. We're going to go ahead and do the Spaced Out DLC. I'm fine with even a smaller planet for this. I know very, very little about the prehistoric stuff. I've heard rumor that there's an asteroid coming to destroy our planetoid, which is fun in its own way. Let's see. We start with geodes, volcanic activity, metal ore. Okay, and then it looks like we're heading out onto an irradiated asteroid next, and a few things like that. Okay, okay. Well, this is going to be wild, and I am looking forward to it. So we're going to go ahead and get started here. I'm just going to hit the randomize on seed like 5 times. That probably wasn't wise. Okay, let's see what we've got now. Medium boulders, metal ore, large glaciers. Sure. Sure. Geodes on that planet, oil on the oily sandy swamp. That makes sense. I there has to be a way to make oil out of dinosaurs, right? Let's find out. Here we go. All right, we have our three dupes to start out with. We have a buff builder here, which is great. They'll be able to bring up more construction materials to their project and work on that. Some basic farming as well if we need that. A mechatronics engineer researcher and a mole hands digger. I'm okay with this. We're not going for the carnivore achievement this time. I've proven I can do that. And with this being new content, I just want to see, like, get things going and do kind of a standard start and get rolling. So we're going to start with the unfortunate pig pen here, which that was the default name it gave me, and I'm very happy, and I'm already loving what I'm seeing here. All right, so my collision mod. Yep, a huge impactor asteroid is hurtling directly at this planet. We must make our way to the surface and mount a defense system in time to destroy the incoming asteroid before it destroys us. Let's begin. Let's go ahead and pause immediately on going in. And let's see. So we've got some oxalite there. Ovagro nodes. What do you do? What do you put through? Okay, they support vines. Trellis plants to spread onto nearby available sources. The vines grow fruit. Okay, the Ovagro fig. Terrible quality, low calorie, but if you can get multiple from a single growth, that means we might need large space and more things. Huh. Okay. I like the information that's giving about how you have to feed. It feels like farming is going to be a big part of this. Oh, and we've got our first little dinosaur down here. It's a lum. I love you, lum, you little stegosaurus idiot. Okay. Um, I have not played this pack at all. I am new here as well as anybody else is. So this is going to be interesting. We've got sweat corn. What's this do? Food. Cool. Eats regular stuff. No unique properties that I can see. The Snactus. Incapable. Okay, so these are our muck roots. That makes sense. Got some water over here. We've got nickel ore, which is going to be our base metal that we start with. How's that doing in terms of things? Low specific heat, decently high conductivity. Okay, does it give any special bonuses for building power systems? All right. Well, I don't know. Let's get into it. It's a conductive metal. Does it give any bonus properties when building? I'm not sure. Hardness rating. Interesting. All right. Well, we will get started. We're just going to start treating nickel as copper. We're just going to get things moving here, get our basic surrounding area dug out. First thing is we need to get beds going. Second thing is we need to get speed up. And then we need a power system and toilets. And try to leave this up as long as possible. Okay, this needs to be able to take in these. At least for now. Alright. Base. Let's get our cots down. Oh, that little lag spike there. That's unfortunate. But yeah, we'll get all 3 cots down. Perfect. And then we'll get a little bit of plumbing over here. Need to pause for a second. Build out these tiles just a little more. Alright, most basic of needs have been built. Let's close all this. We're going to keep going. We need to figure out how to start getting energy, and we need to start figuring out how to start getting oxygen. Energy, short term, we'll just do this system that should look very familiar if you watched my last playthrough. Can the research station fit here? Perfect. And let's get a little more dug out here. We'll just stick some batteries over on this side. All very, very temporary while they're digging everything out. Oh, little butterflies. Cool. Okay, they're pollinators. They help nearby plants grow more quickly. When its leaves ripe, it will turn into a millet. Oh, cool. So they're plants that turn into butterflies that help other plants grow. That's beautiful. I need to find an oxygen source. Okay, so we're probably going to work off of peat production since I noticed that lums also produce peat. So maybe going with ranching early would have been wise. Pollination. Okay, so they have to be visited by either a mimica, a sweetle, or a grub. It's good to know as we get food rolling. We need to be prioritizing these. What's this? A research portal. Designed to support colony survival? Yeah, we're going up to that. Okay. Let's see what we get out of this. Alright, now that we have a research station, time to set priorities. Rowan, you are not my researcher. Abe, you're my researcher. That is your top priority. Everything else is down for you. Yep. Alright, so we've got Abe doing research over everything else. Joshua here is our digger and fighter. And then Rowan is going to be our builder and help with hauling when they're not building. So things are going to get started. And we have our research ready to begin. Now, I think we need to start with. I mean, this is a very biological area, so let's start with farming and head into ranching right away. Um, Even with just basic farm tiles, we can get some things started. I don't know how all this works. I'm here to find out along with you. Maybe some of these things can't even be grown in some of these farm plots. I wouldn't be shocked. Like, how far out do the Ovego nodes grow? An amount, a distance. I'm even seeing, yeah. Okay. So I think the move is to put in Mimica buds in every row, like probably one on each end, and fill the rest in with something like Ovagor nodes or something like that. I'm really curious what this research portal is going to give us. So we're working towards that first, and then we really need to figure out how to get lum harvest or lum farming going. We've got some salt water over here. There's some waterweed. Okay, that's something I can understand. Right now, we're able to tap into the oxygen supplies that are included with the full knowledge that soon they won't be. So, figuring out a source of oxygen is very, very important. I can tell that already. Ooh, what are you? Oh my god, I love it. I love these. All right. First research is already done. Continuing down the path towards ranching. That first one gave us, oh yeah, algae farms. Will be good for dealing with carbon dioxide down here. Kind of want to avoid polluted oxygen as long as possible. All right, let's unlock this portal. It's got some algae, so we can keep going with just oxygen diffusers if we have to. So we'll get that started here as our next big research. Portal unlocked. Okay. New buildings have become available: the Blast Shot Maker and the Meteor Blaster. Oh ho ho! Hello, big guy. It's a Demolior, imminent threat. Time until impact 197.8 cycles. So I have 200 cycles, or else I lose the entire core of my base. Understood, game. Pausing real quick just to see what we've got here. So I took a look at this area up here, and what we've got is a meteor blaster right here, which has limited line of sight. It can only shoot in this area. So what it needs to be able to get up into actual space. I'm pretty sure it should be fine. What it does is when we take a look at its configuration, it can fire either blast shot or intracosmic blast shot. I see we have intracosmic blast shot in these lockers that we'll need to get out, and those are locked behind crazy amounts, or not crazy, but some amount of switches that we'll have to fiddle with to get that code. I mean, it's a basic set of gates anyway. We'll figure out that combo soon enough, and then we tell it what to target. It takes 10 blast shot to be able to fire once. So part of our goal this early on is going to be able to get this enough power, and it needs 240 watts, which is less than I expected, I'll be honest here. And more importantly, feed it with bullets. And once we do that, we'll start working on taking out this asteroid. It has 1,000 health. So we need to hit it with intracosmic blast shot as early as we can. And then once it's close in, we have to hit it with regular blast shot. All right. We have a job. We have a task. So, past that, we just still need to figure out survival. With discovering algae, we can at least do the standard oxygen not included. Algae into electrolyzer builds, get a Rodriguez going up, and get everything running. So that's not really an issue. Food, I want to tame loams, and I want to get a few of these sweat corn plants going, I think. Taking a look at them, they mostly just they need pollination. They need a bit of water. We'll figure out all the farming with that when it comes time. But that's our plan: is get surviving, and then very quickly crack to the surface, start building our attacks. If I take a look in research, I'm willing to bet there's a way to find blast shot. Let's find that out. Sure is. Projectiles all the way down at near the end of this whole tree. So we're going to need materials research, and we're going to need some data analysis from grabbing some stuff around. Okay, we've got our work cut out for us. 200 cycles. I think we can do it. We just definitely need to get radioactivity going as quickly as possible. All right, survival first. Onward. I may have realized that the ranching requires advanced research a moment too late, and they had already started on that. So the next thing we need to get going is I want oxygen production. I want oxidizers. Hang on. Oh, I already have them. Oxygen diffuser was the term I was looking for. So we'll toss one of these down. It will be more than sufficient for right now. We'll just put that down here. And if CO2 builds up too badly, we'll get some of the algae terrariums, and I'll get a deodorizer going. So let's get some wire running down here. We also need to start looking at living spaces soon. Now that we're starting to hit basic needs, we have farming capable of running. I think I'll set up the farm down here on this tile, and we'll keep going from there. So, I wanted to talk a little bit about where I've been while all this is going on. I have, at the end of, I think it was right at the end of May, I got a new job working in a company that does building controls. Now, building controls was a phrase I hadn't really heard before at that time. And when I looked into it, I realized something very quickly. And that is, I had done quite a bit of that before, and it's playing this game. um Building controls is all about handling HVAC systems and airflow and lighting systems and automating everything. Oh, we got a new blueprint. Let's check that real quick while I'm rambling on. I think we're okay for another dupe. We'll just take one or two more at this point. You're perfect. Go in and join us, Ari. But yeah, handling basic needs like that. I just realized how badly I messed up right here. Um, so it was things like, hey, this is what, or this is how refrigeration works, and how we have to move these systems around and things like that. And I was just like, oh yeah, no, that's like the plumbing layout in this game, or the scheduling systems look almost identical to this for when systems turn on and off. So it's been really neat, and that just all made me really want to get back to this game badly. I have missed making content. I've missed everyone. I see my subscriber count grew while I was gone, which, let me be honest, I did not expect that in any way, shape, or form. So thank you, and welcome to everyone new. Um, Hope you've been enjoying my stuff. I do plan on starting back up again and really getting going. Oh, we're disinfecting. We shouldn't be disinfecting at all. Think. All right. I do plan on getting my other games back going to Workers and Resources and Terra Invicta specifically. Blueprints, I recorded a whole bunch and I forgot, or I had my mic muted during that. So if I do come back to that, there's going to be a big gap where I try to explain all the things I've learned since the last time I played. But unfortunately, that one's kind of there. But that one wasn't my most popular game anyway. This one was up there in my most popular. They're all idle. I need to really be doing more work. So let's go ahead and look at food. Let's get some farm tiles planted along here and just get some things going. In the meantime, we have our other bed. In fact, let's get this one down here into a bedroom, and then we will make a great hall on the other side of that. I want these rooms to be, I think the number I was working with was 22 tiles. I'll need to double check that, but that let me have, no, it was bigger than that. Well, we're gonna get started on everything. I put this in a terrible place if I'm doing this. Solutions. But yeah, I have missed making content so much. I've enjoyed the interactions. I just, it gives something that I can't really properly explain doing it, and I love the community that I was building. So it's all of you who are the reason I'm coming back. So thank you. And it always was the plan for me to come back and be doing more of this. I just, mortgage needed to get paid, and adjusting my sleeping schedule to actually working a real job again was a lot. It was a lot, but I'm back. And I've been sleeping a bit better and feeling more rested in the evenings. And I think I can get at least a couple videos every week out for now. All right. Farm tiles are made. What are we going to grow? We're going to grow a couple mimica buds. And we're going to fill the rest of this up with sweat corn, I think was the plan. Yeah, we'll do some sweat corn on here. We'll worry about the Avagro stuff later. That, as I looked at it, really seemed more like it was going to be about. Oh, wait, you're not just planting. Maybe it has to have one planted before that'll work. But regardless, Oh, it just never actually said it. I see what happened. 1 second. Let me finish this and I'll get back to rambling. Right, that's taken care of now. So, with all of that handled, now, yeah, I needed, I was too tired. I was too tired to make videos. I'm here now. We're making this. Life's going good. So, thank you everyone who was patient with me, and I'm not going to mull over it too much longer. All right, and we're harvesting our first fruit from an Ovagra plant. We've got those Ovagra figs. That will help at least chill things out for a little bit. We've got a lot of work to do on becoming, hitting a point where we can eat well. Cooking ingredients, yeah, toss those in. Yeah. We'll figure out all that a little bit better in a moment. Research, I ended up pivoting down the route of where is my research table? This is the easiest way for me to get to it. I ended up getting the decorations so we can get our great hall going. Until next, we're going to get our sanitation system set up and move on to real bathrooms. We have the bedroom set. Oh, we need to actually grab this real quick for the Great Hall. It's going to take 15 research. That's nothing. But then we'll get our bathrooms set up. And after that, we are going to just be in a much better place. Um, Not going to wait forever to get the bathroom set up like last time. In the meantime, our calories are pretty low at only 14,000, and I want to make sure that we are continuing to dig and explore and grab every bit of calories that we can. I'm trying to open up things like these Ovagro vines down here and things like that to tap into and get food where we can. Oh, you guys. We're just going to harvest all that. Like, there's a lot of food that's just kind of growing around with these vines, and we need to make sure that we are tapping into it for now to keep going. I also want to get this guy handled here soon, too. What do you eat anyway, dude? You eat figs? Okay. And you poop out peat. 5,000% of consumed mass. That's pretty good. That means these are going to be our power generators. Are going to serve functionally like hatches do. Got some food poisoning, I'm guessing. Yeah, that'll happen until you get your bathroom set up. And we'll get our ladder going down this way to get all this started up. Hard digging skill needed. Okay. How are we doing on upgrades? Yeah. So, who is our digger again? I think that was Joshua. Yeah. Here we go. Problem solved. Till then, everybody else needs to stay busy, so keep exploring out where we can. Just little paths, try to find snack fruits, try to find anything edible or anything along those lines. Research is moving fast. We'll grab our electrolyzers so we can get that path going soon. Got some printables. Do I want another? Yes, we want a rancher. That's actually perfect. Can't do digging, that's fine. He can be a hauler when he's not ranching. It's probably where I'm going to leave the duplicants for a moment. Let's get people hats. Hats are important. All right, we've knocked out most of our basic researches. We've got advanced research. Now we can start working on some other things like ventilation. Actually, let's grab farming real quick. We're not doing any, or ranching real quick. We're not doing anything along some of those lines. So we'll just go ahead and grab ranching, and then we'll get into animal control, and we will figure out what we need to do in order to get our ranching started. Because I would like these lums to be happy and producing all the peat in the world for us. Yes, I do need to build the research station. That is true. I maybe might have put the wrong research station up there. I'm fixing that now. And our outhouses are starting to become a problem. So yeah, I would love to be able to get some proper bathrooms going. We're expanding out now to be able to put that in, to put our great hall in. This one will probably be the bathroom. This one will probably be our great hall, and we'll kind of work on this as the core of our base. Obviously, I need another bed too. Let's just fill this up. Why do I always do that? Fill this up with cots. Don't need dupes sleeping on the floor. Don't need morale breaks this early in the cycle. There we go. Research should be beginning anew. It's always nice seeing the base coming together this quickly. These aren't growing, by the way, because they need pollination, which means the mimica buds are going, and people have been dumping peat in. So I would suggest you hold off maybe just a little if you are considering doing this. Make sure your mimica buds are grown before you plant anything else in there. We're making very good, very quick progress, I think. It's only 8 days in. We still have plenty before 192 before this asteroid comes. So, life will get better for these duplicants. Plumbing. Let's build the lavatories. And I don't think we have the sinks. If we do. And I built it one too small. Of course I did. All right, we got another blueprint. I can't handle more dupes right now. We're going to get the seeds. Um, I'm trying to get to and access every little bit of food I can right now. That is starting to already become an issue. I hope our farms kick online soon. They are. They're kicking online right now. So we can see that sweat corn is starting to grow, and that should solve the issue. I'll figure out how much we need of it. But yeah, you can see the pollination is happening. The plants are getting happier. And we nearly have we do have the bathroom done. It's just not working yet. We're working on the research to get the reservoir going. So once we get that and lay the pipe, we're probably going to be in a pretty comfortable starting spot. Except for the food. That's a big issue. So I just did some quick calculations using a fantastic little website, and I need 15 sweat corns to feed this many dudes. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I've only got 11. Can fit in 3 more right here. That will probably do it along with our supplies of Avagro vine. So we should be okay. We just definitely need to get that running. I'll probably want to make a second one of these farms just to be sure and have some excess. And I'm sure if we can start cooking the sweat corn, it'll be great. It seems to be the mealwood equivalent for right now, but that should give us enough time to really get going. We're getting the plumbing laid out for this, just waiting on the research to finish for the water sieve so that we can start getting some filtration going and getting that back in. And I will use my usual trick of how I handle polluted dirt, which is stick it in a storage bin in the water. That way it can't off gas into the air. I may as well lay part of the plumbing here. Get this all going down like this. All right, looking at this, we might need to get another Mimica plant in here as well because they only last. Oh no, they last 5 cycles. Okay, they should be good for this. I don't know what happened to the other one that was in here, and I'm wondering if our lum friend ate it. What do you eat, lums? What do you eat? I never really did look at that. Oh, Phaedra? Yes, I did. Figs, berries, and jelly. Okay. That sounded like we just finished our research. Let's get our water sieve up and running right here. Obviously, I need to reroute some of these pipes. I built this backwards. There is now a mirror function on some of these buildings, so I'm going to redo that. Take the refinement, water sieve, and just hit O and rotate it, and things will look a lot cleaner. We'll have to deconstruct these pipes because I shouldn't. Well, no, hang on. We'll deconstruct these ones because I shouldn't have made them. We will take this, bring it up like that. We'll take this and bring it down like that. And that should be good. Then we'll need to run some power into here. Still going to all be running on the same connection for now. All right, we're in a little bit of a rough spot. We are nearly out of food, which is bad. Some of these sweat corns are about to come through, which will help with that. I need to finish up some of these projects. I might have put them on too many too quick. We had a little mess happen from one of the dupes. That's fine. We're fixing that. Realize we need to get water into this system, obviously, so that's being built right now. Calories are starting to come in from some things. So it's not end of the world. It just was definitely a moment of, oh, this could have been handled better. I definitely need to keep an eye out on how to get more calories into this system. So this is here. Oh, I built that in the wrong spot. Whatever, we'll get it going. Getting our polluted dirt delivered in there where it's out of the way. And kind of keep looking for sources of food like this. If we have enough of these, we can keep going for quite a while. At least until the sweat corn starts really growing. Hey, there's some. And it immediately got eaten by the lump. Oh, no, it harvested it. Did that just harvest our corn for us? Oh, you beautiful creature. You magnificent beast. I love you even more now than I did before. Idle dupes is bad when we're starving. It's bad whenever, but especially when we're starving. What else can I tap into around here? There we go. A snack fruit. Then we might need to start breaking into some of these other things and grabbing some meat where we can. I think that can wait for next episode. For now, we have some water in the system. How much is in there? Let a little more flow in. this tool and call that good. So we have our bathroom, plant our rose bush. Please have calories. We'll take the rest. But we now have our great hall. We have our washroom. We have all that. We've gotten rid of our toilets, and food supply is starting to come in. We are off to an okay start. We definitely need to address food first thing next time. But thank you all for watching. Enjoy the dinosaurs, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.